AOC made an oopsie. Now, there's a time and place to really speak about why somebody is there at a congressional hearing. Now, this congressional hearing mostly had to deal with the sanctuary cities, and AOC had some choice words for one Mayor Adams. Now, I'm going to play this video part first, all right? Because there's another video. We'll play that iteration as well. But please, if you're watching this right now, and yes, it's going to be clipped, stay to the very end. It's 3 minutes and 44 seconds. I want to remind everyone that Mayor Adams is there before Congress voluntarily, and the chairman has to remind AOC about why he's there. Okay. That's you know what? I could speak about it, or I could share it with you guys. So let's go ahead and let's share it with all you lovely, beautiful people here at Hardlands Media. Let's bring this up here for everybody to witness. Prepare yourselves, my friends. Prepare yourselves indeed. And remember, I warned you.
Mayor Adams, on January 31st of 2025, your attorneys met with federal prosecutors regarding the charges of bribery, campaign finance fraud, and conspiracy against you. Were you aware of this meeting prior to its occurrence?
Congresswoman,
microphone, please.
I'm sorry. As I stated to your colleagues, and I'm going to continue to state because we're asking the same question over and over again.
This is a new question.
This case is in front of Judge Ho, and out of deference to
I
our
understand,
criminal justice
Mayor Adams.
process, I'm going to
Mayor Adams,
defer this
as your
to the
counsel,
court.
I'm sure will inform you. The only permissible way to refuse to answer a question during a congressional proceeding such as this is by pleading the Fifth Amendment. Deference to the judge is not a permissible excuse for not answering questions during a congressional hearing. Is it your intention to plead the Fifth today?
He wasn't there for that. He was there to discuss sanctuary cities, and she decided for theater. All right? Hold on.
Councilwoman, you said the only way that you can't answer a question is to plead the Fifth. I am answering your question. I'm answering your question directly. That
You are not, Mayor Adams.
Okay, I believe I am.
I will ask it again. Were you aware of the meeting between your attorneys and federal prosecutors on January 31st? Answering this question is a yes or a no.
And I'm going to answer it again. Out of deference to Judge Ho with this case.
That is not an answer, Mayor Adams.
He is going to deal with the outcome of the case.
Mayor Adams, is it your intention to not comply with these questions?
As I stated, I'm answering your questions, and what you're doing, let's be clear on, you're asking me about communications between my attorney and I.
And the thing is, he's there to talk about sanctuary city. See, Mayor Brandon Johnson's there thinking, oh, thank God I'm not being roasted right now or being talked about, but AOC is going to be roasted.
I don't
Okay,
think
I'll
that
move
is
on to the next
appropriate
question. If
to
it's
be
about- if
asking a
it's-
question
if it's
between
about-
my attorney and I, because we are in a country of law and order,
I
and
understand.
your
So, Mayor
relationship
Adams,
and
who
communications
is
with
your
your attorney
attorney?
should be respected.
Who is your
Sunny day. Did you eat rice and beans yesterday? Adams. No, I did not. I had spaghetti last night. So there you go. That was delicious.
attorney?
Alex Spiro.
Alex Spiro, thank you. Now, Mayor Adams, have your attorneys ever met with city officials? That is not covered. I'm not asking about your conversations with your attorneys. Have your attorneys met with city officials, New York City officials?
Any communication or activity between my attorney
So yes
and
or
I
no?
is
Have
up to
your
our attorney and I. You can
personal
reach out
attorneys
to,
met with New York City officials?
Alex Spiro, my attorney, to deal with those communications.
Mayor Adams, in this meeting, did anyone representing you, including perhaps Mr. Spiro, agree or allude to any arrangement with the Trump administration that would involve changing city policies in exchange to reconsideration of the charges brought against you?
You say in this meeting? Can you be clear
In the January
on which-
31st meeting.
Again, There was never any agreement, never any quid pro quo, and I
That's not what
did
I'm
nothing
asking.
wrong. Never any agreement, never any quid pro
Was
quo,
there an
and
allusion
nothing
to a
nothing
shift
that
in New
I've
York
done
City
wrong.
policy?
Gentlelady's time's expired. And I just want to remind her, Mayor Adams is here voluntarily, and we
He is here voluntarily. Say again.
and I just want to remind her, Mayor Adams is here voluntarily, and we appreciate that. The topic of the hearing is about our illegal alien problem and the drain on the cities and what the solution is. So, Chair now recognize Mr. McGuire from Virginia.
I hope all of you heard that. That's not why Mayor Adams was brought before Congress, AOC. You wasted your time asking pointless, irrelevant, stupid questions for a hearing that has nothing to do with the things you were bringing up. If that wasn't theatrical politics, I don't know what is. The people who are represented by AOC, listen, I know, Chicago's one to talk, but you guys and gals could do so much better. I have no idea what that was, but that was the dumbest thing I ever saw. YouTube rewind one more time for all the hip, cool cats in the back.
Exchange to reconsideration of the charges brought against you
You say in this meeting, can you be
in the
clear
January
on which-
31st meeting.
Again, there was never any agreement, never any quid pro quo, and
That's
I
not what
did
I'm
nothing
asking.
wrong. Never any agreement, never any quid pro quo.
Was there an
and
allusion
nothing
to a
nothing
shift
that
in
I've
New York
done
City
wrong.
policy?
Gentlelady's time's expired. And I just want to remind her, Mayor Adams is here voluntarily, and we appreciate that. The topic of the hearing is about our illegal alien problem and the drain on the cities and what the solution is. So, Chair now recognize Mr. McGuire from Virginia.
Sunny day. Adams, did you eat rice and beans yesterday? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know indeed. So, again, she did question him one more time about his corruption case. So let's bring this up here.
Thank you, Chairman. Now, Mayor Adams, are you aware?
She still continues it, and here's MTG. You know me. Now, listen, I'm not a fan of the Democrat Party or Republican Party, but the battles between MTG and AOC have always been hilarious. But even MTGs think like, Jesus, girl, think of something different.
That the former acting U.S. Attorney Danielle Sassoon was present at the January 31st meeting between your lawyers and federal prosecutors?
As I stated, and you, Congresswoman, you appear to want to ask the question over and over again, and so I can only
No,
give
these
you
are
the
very different
appropriate question
questions,
over and
Mayor
over again. That this
Okay,
case
I
is in front of
understand. Mayor
Judge
Adams, are you
Ho,
not
and
answering
Joe
this
Ho
question because you
will
believe
be
you will
able to
incriminate yourself?
respond to the movement
I
of this
understand.
case.
Mr.
Listen, he's there to talk about the sanctuary cities, not about his corruption case. Like, did you just not want to talk about sanctuary cities, AOC?
Mr. Chairman, I
Deference
would
to
like
him, I
to
would like
submit
have him
to
handle
the
it.
congressional record Danielle Sassoon's resignation letter from the U.S. Attorney.
Without objections ordered.
Thank you so much. In her letter, the former acting U.S. Attorney, a registered Republican, a former clerk for Antonin Scalia, was appointed by President Trump to serve as acting U.S. Attorney, was present at the January 31st meeting between Mayor Adams' attorneys and federal prosecutors. After that meeting with attorneys, the acting U.S. Attorney resigned rather than dismiss the charges against Mayor Adams. In her letter, which I have just submitted to the congressional record, Ms. Sassoon stated that during that January 31st meeting, Mayor Adams's attorneys, quote, repeatedly urged what amounted to a quid pro quo, describing it as a, quote, improper offer of immigration enforcement assistance in exchange for a dismissal of his case, end quote. The acting U.S. attorney has submitted a former acting U.S. attorney has submitted a letter. And Mayor Adams, do you know how many federal prosecutors total resigned rather than file the motion to drop the charges?
It was reported that 7.
7.
Okay, now hold on. We're just going to rewind back because AOC just wasn't going to let this go. I had to rewind back to the previous video. Why is Mayor Adams here?
Against you
You say in this meeting, can you be
in the
clear?
And this is from the first video I played.
January
On which-
31st.
There was never any agreement. And
That's
I
not what
did
I'm
nothing
asking.
wrong. Never any agreement, never any quid pro quo.
Was there an
and
allusion
nothing,
to
and
a
nothing
shift
that
in
I've
New York
done
City
wrong.
policy?
Gentlelady's time's expired. And I just want to remind everybody, Mayor Adams is here voluntarily, and we appreciate that. The topic of the hearing is about our illegal alien problem and the drain on the cities and what the solution is. So Chair now recognize Mr. McGuire from Virginia.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and pull up that article because AOC keeps on asking the same thing to Mayor Brandon Johnson. And look, I'm not going to subject you guys to another 2 minutes and 58 seconds of AOC just asking the same thing. But Mayor Eric Adams was grilled during several tense moments on Capitol Hill Wednesday while testifying about immigration and sanctuary city laws. First sentence right there. Mayor Eric Adams was grilled, okay, about, again, there's the immigration sanctuary city laws. However, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez had a different little aspect. A Democrat representing Bronx and Queens was among those who raised the accusation, which the mayor has denied, that he offered trade immigration enforcement for the Donald Trump to trade immigration enforcement for the Trump DOJ dismissal of his corruption case. In one poignant moment, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez confronted the mayor, asking him if he wanted to plead the fifth. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question directly. You are not Mayor Adams. Well, he did answer her question to the best of his ability, but that's not why he was there. He was talking about sanctuary cities. Later, the mayor repeated a familiar denial of accusations. There was never any agreement, any quid pro quo. I did nothing wrong. Those few tense moments aside, most of the House Oversight Committee hearing with the mayors of New York, Boston, and Chicago and Denver focused on impacts of immigration and sanctuary city laws. Those laws generally limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement officials by local authorities. Each mayor said their immigrant communities make their cities more prosperous. But of course, AOC wasn't letting that go. AOC wanted to push forward on that. And she had to be reminded why he was there. He was there voluntarily, and he was there to properly answer the questions about immigration. Now, the thing is, knowing that AOC was going to be at that congressional hearing, you better believe that Mayor Adams' lawyer was going to show up there. And I think he pretty much dodged as much as he could with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez pointless, nothing burger, word salad questions. But how is it that you are a congressional representative and you are wasting time talking about something that isn't the subject matter? The subject matter is, and follow with me here, the safety of the cities and sanctuary city policies. Not about any kind of deals with the Department of Justice, because you know what? There's a lot of things to be brought up about all these other mayors and all their other corruption and all their other abuse of powers and all their other failures. But the whole thing is to talk about sanctuary cities. AOC, I mean, you could have asked some supporting questions about what has the mayor done to help out the migrant communities, or either that, what's going on with the city of New York or Chicago or Boston or Denver, and how financially in trouble are they? Instead, you're bringing up a different legal case altogether at a congressional hearing that is not involving that subject matter whatsoever, only except to add theatrics to it. Because what? Mayor Adams had a shift in tone. See, the whole thing with the sanctuary cities is that it was a failure from the very beginning, and it was made worse under the Biden-Harris administration. And just a little bit, bring it into Chicago here. Johnson did inherit Lightfoot's mess, to be clear, but then he made the mess even worse. And as for Mayor Eric Adams, look, he's got a treasure trove of problems. But before Congress, once again, AOC, big brain thinker, and in my opinion, looks like an absolute joke for the people that she represents in the Bronx and Queens. I'm forever going to thank Jose Vega for calling her out and challenging her way back in 2022, because it's abundantly clear that when it comes down to wasting time and looking like a clown, AOC is a world heavyweight champion here, folks.